Right, now what we'd like to give you a little bit of information on is just some general basic grooming that you probably would want to do pretty much every time before you get your horses out to work them, to ride them. Just a general good grooming plan is really important because it can help save you some time, it can help save you some soreness in your horses, and some of those types of things. You really probably don't need to spend a whole lot of time on it. However, a little bit on how the horse comes out of the pen is going to dictate a lot of that. Naturally, if they've got a lot of dirt and mud clods on them, you're going to need to spend a little bit more time to get some of that out. In the summertime, you might even have the option, if they're real muddy, to hose them off just a little bit real quick to get some of that mud off. However, when it's cooler and colder, you're not going to be able to do that. You really just need a few basic kinds of grooming tools. A metal curry comb such as this might be one option, or a rubber curry comb. And it's probably a good idea to have each of these because some horses are going to be more sensitive than others, and some parts of their bodies are more sensitive. Remember on your metal curry combs that you really have two sides of them. One side has deeper teeth than the other side, and so you can let the horse tell you really how you can use those, where all you can use it at, and this one might actually be probably a little bit more effective at getting some of the dirt, the mud, the heavy dirty spots off those horses. And on the metal curry comb, you really can use it over any of the fleshy areas of your horse's body. So for example, we're going to take this guy and we're going to curry him up here over his neck. Okay, he's got some dirt or some manure on him, and we're not so worried about making him look nice. We want to make him be effectively clean, so as we go out and ride him, we're not going to make him sore in any ways. So to me, some of the most important areas are, you want to clean everything off of the areas where primarily the saddle is going to fit, right? And so that's going to be up here over his withers, over his back where that saddle is going to be. Okay, particularly pay a lot of attention down here in this girth area, all right, because that's where that cinch is going to be, and we don't want to make that horse sore, and so we want to make sure that we get any mud or dirt and things off of him in that area. We'll sure kind of come and also curry him pretty much all over a little bit, but again, we're looking at if time sometimes an issue, so we want to get the worst of it off of him. This also gives you a good opportunity to kind of do a really quick check to make sure that he doesn't have any sorenesses or any new bite marks or injuries or something that might make him sore or not want to work very good. So as you're doing this, you can kind of just take note of how he's acting. It's not bad to run your hand down his back to make sure that there's nothing there, and kind of palpate him and run him down to make sure he doesn't flinch or move. Checking over his legs is real important also to make sure that he doesn't have any new sores or cuts or things that they can get just being out in the pen with some of the other horses. And you can see we'll use this metal curry kind of all over where he's got some skin covered on him, some muscle, some fat, okay? The other curry, if you have a horse that's real sensitive, the rubber curry can be used really a lot the same areas, a lot the same spots. So it'll just depend on yourself and your horse really where you want to use each of those. The rubber curry is a little bit softer, so I could conceivably take this on down to his legs a little bit in some of those other areas. After you've run the curry over him, it's a really good idea to take basically a stiff bristle brush and again knock off any of that dirt, manure and stuff that you just loosened up with that curry comb. Again, we're going to pay a lot of attention to the main pressure areas of where his saddle is going to fit over his withers and down here through this girth area. We're going to clean him off here where the saddle fits and go ahead and do a quick brush off over pretty much the rest of his body. This one can be used down on his legs, okay, also up around his head if you want to clean his head off, and pretty much about anywhere you can take and use your bristle brush. One other part of your everyday regular grooming program should be that you do pick up their feet, clean their feet out so that you can make sure that he doesn't have a lot of extra rocks and things in there that could make that horse's feet sore. We want to be able to work these horses every day, and so we want to clean their feet out to make sure to reduce the potential of any kind of bruising or soreness in their feet. So we're going to come down here and pick this guy's foot up and go ahead on an everyday and take and clean this out, where we're going to work and to clean out through by the frog and all through the bottom of the foot to get any of the dirt, the rocks, and debris that might be in there. As part of your everyday general healthcare maintenance and monitoring of these horses, it's important to watch and monitor their overall general body condition. And that's very critical because it mainly is going to help you to evaluate how fat or thin your horses might be. It's also important to remember that the way they're going to appear to you might be different over the course of the year, because naturally in the wintertime, when they get their thick, heavy winter hair coats, it's going to cover up and mask some of their body condition, in contrast to the summertime when they're easier to see. So as you pull these horses out each time you're going to work them, it's a good idea to run your hands over them to evaluate their body condition, particularly in the winter months when they're getting a lot of hair on them. And the areas that we're going to evaluate their body condition, we'll be looking for the amount of fat up here over their neck, all right? We're also going to go in this area of their withers. They will also put on fat back here behind their shoulder in this area. We're also going to look and feel for the amount of fat they have over their ribs in this area, in the flank region here. In addition, we look up over on the hip and the croup area here at their tail head, and also we'll look and evaluate them at the amount of fat between their legs. This horse is in a really good body condition. Just visually, you're not going to have as good an estimate of what he is. He's probably really sitting in about that condition score of 7, which is really where we would like a lot of these horses to be, because they're going to be able to perform well. They're not overly fat, and an overly fat horse is more susceptible to laminitis and other types of problems. So ideally, we'd like those horses, as we're working them, to be in a body condition score of somewhere between a 5 and a 7.